Coming up on Network Africa, Congo government calls Human Rights Watch report political lynching, rejects using exiled rebels to crush protests. And the UN mission honors Egyptian peacekeeper killed in Central African Republic. And on our Africa Tech segment, a look at how we use technology for agriculture. Thanks for joining us on the program. I am BC Adebayo. UN officials have paid tribute to an Egyptian peacekeeper killed by suspected Christian militias in the Central African Republic last month. Since last year, the United Nations 13,000-strong Central African Republic mission has struggled to restore order to a country where government control barely extends beyond the capital, Bangui.
Officials from the UN mission in the Central African Republic held a ceremony on Wednesday, December the 6th in memory of an Egyptian peacekeeper who was killed in the country last month. Egyptian Blue Helmet Abdel Nasser Mustafa was killed on November the 26th during an attack blamed on suspected Christian militias in southern Central African Republic. 3 other peacekeepers were wounded during the ambush. The attack, which the United Nations said was carried out by anti-Balaka militants, occurred in Gambo, about 100 kilometers from the town of Bangassou, where more than 100 civilians and 3 Moroccan peacekeepers were killed in separate incidents in May and July. Conflict has killed thousands in Central African Republic since Muslim Seleka rebels ousted President Francois Bozize in 2013, provoking a backlash from the Christian anti-Balaka militia. Violence spiked when former colonial power, France, ended its peacekeeping mission last year. Since then, the United Nations 13,000-strong Central African Republic mission known as MINUSCA has struggled to restore order to a country where government control barely extends beyond the capital, Bangui. The chief of the UN mission in the Central African Republic, Parfait Onanga Anyang, paid tribute to the peacekeeper.
This is a true hero. Somebody who has sacrificed his life to save the lives of others. Besides already giving his life for the service of this nation.
In total, 13 MINUSCA peacekeepers have been killed in the country this year alone. At least 5 militants were also killed during the November clash.
And in Congo, the government has responded to a Human Rights Watch report that security officials recruited more than 200 exiled rebel fighters to help suppress protests against President Joseph Kabila a year ago. The government calls the report political lynching and rejects using exiled rebels to crush protests.
Congo's Minister of Human Rights, Marie-Ange Mushubekwa, has called the accusations in the report on human rights abuse in Congo false and accused its authors of political lynching against the Congolese president.
Les conclusions de ce rapport laissent transparaître un acharnement.
The conclusion of this report shows us a dogged determination to condemn the Congolese government. This is political lynching against the President of the Republic and further shows us where Human Rights Watch stands in regards to Congo. We welcome this NGO to resist all forms of manipulations used by some of its members and to better verify its sources in order to avoid spreading false information against the Congolese government, which could lead to the government pursuing them in justice.
Afin d'éviter de porter des accusations gratuites et mensongères contre l'État congolais.
The Human Rights Watch report was based on interviews with 13 fighters from the M23 rebel group, who it says were recruited in neighboring Rwanda and Uganda. M23 leaders and 9 Congolese security and intelligence officials, most of whom were cited anonymously. M23 President Bertrand Bisimwa said in a statement on Monday that Congo had recruited deserters and others previously kicked out of the group, but that M23 leadership was in no way involved. In Congo's capital, Kinshasa, many were shocked at the report's claims. Congo's security services turned to M23 last year because Kabila did not trust his own security forces. According to the report, fighters were deployed to Kinshasa, Congo's second city, Lubumbashi, and the eastern city of Goma, integrated into police, army, and presidential guard units. They were ordered to use lethal force against protesters. Congolese activist George Kampiampa, coordinator of the Congolese Association for Access to Justice and Human Rights, says the report's findings are nothing new, but added that the attention received might push the government to act. Richard Karemire, Uganda's military spokesman, denied M23 fighters were recruited in Uganda. Rwandan officials could not be immediately reached for comment.
The BBC's Komla Duma Award was set up in honor of the station's late Ghanaian colleague Komla, who passed away in 2014. Komla believed in telling African stories, the good, the bad and the ugly, to bring about positive change in the continent. So far, there have been 3 winners, and they've all been women. Nancy Kasugera won the first Komla Duma Award. She now presents the BBC's daily African program Focus on Africa. Didi Akinyelure, a Nigerian and graduate of chemical engineering from the University of Nottingham, won the award in July 2016. And this year, another Nigerian, Amina Yuguda, is the winner. Amina has just completed her 3-month placement with the BBC in London. Well, we have all 3 ladies with us in the studio today, Nancy, Didi and Amina. Thanks for coming on Network Africa. So let's start with what the reaction was like when you won the awards. Let me start with you, Amina.
Because I'm the latest winner. Well, it was overwhelming because I didn't expect it would be such a big deal. I mean, so many people called me, and I wasn't actually in Nigeria when it was announced, so I think it would have been even more people calling and trying to get in touch with me, but they couldn't, get access to me at the time. But it's been a wonderful experience so far.
And Nancy?
I was just saying to Didi that it's funny when people say congratulations to me now, because I feel like I had a baby 2 years ago, and then people are saying congratulations now. It feels like a long time ago. But, the reaction was similar. And this was the first time that the award had ever been given out. So it felt like an amazing privilege, but also an amazing responsibility. So I remember feeling very happy, but also a little bit scared.